Oh my gosh. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. I was near those palm trees, that date farm, where somebody was telling me I had to leave. And I cried and fell apart because there was a man that lost his whole life because he loved and worshiped me. And that man that lost his whole life because he loved and worshiped me was in that blue tent. And I was pretty sure, oh my God, he died. I didn't die enough. I didn't die enough. I didn't die enough. I didn't die enough, and he didn't make it because he wasn't there. And the date farm didn't say he was somewhere. So I just fell apart. You don't have any idea what it's like when you're a God or a Savior who has to win against everything from nothing. When I first started, I had nothing. I was nothing. The devil thumped me around like the nothing I was. And I had to win from absolute nothing. And you don't ever want to look. You just want to die and die and die and just hope and pray it saves people. So I didn't want to look. I just fell apart. He's dead. Oh my God, my death wasn't enough. And I fell apart. I was so grateful to see that daddy and that uncle, that son. I could see at the date farm where there was a daddy and he lived in a beautiful home, like a really old, historic, beautiful home, and he was the daddy. And there was an uncle / son of his, and they were watching over the guy in the tent. And I was just so grateful that they watched over him in the tent. And if he didn't make it, it's my death and my fault. It's not theirs. So I was just so grateful they loved him and watched over him. And I could feel the date farm family that was alive and that they had watched over him until he disappeared. And then I was just so overcome with emotions that he was in the tent and he must have made it. And I realized, kind of and kind of not, the United States disappeared him and did horrible. The United States disappeared him and did horrible, horrifying things to his brain and more, like they did to everyone. The United States disappeared him and did horrifying things in constant almost death and more, like they do to everybody, because after they murder me twice, they became obsessed with keeping people like plummeting into death but not completely dying for the thrill and the grossness. So he's back in that blue trailer. I'm sorry, he's back in the blue tent, but he's not okay. And the United States did this to him and just wants to act like they didn't do it and start letting all the victims free and acting like they never did it. But the date farm family, they're going to know he's not the same. He's been hurt. He's been altered. He probably has been almost killed more than once. His eyes, his existence tells the story. He's probably got those trackers in his brain and spine. After only God can tell that date farm family what's happened to the poor guy. I'm just so grateful that my death must have been enough, because they would have killed him because he loved and worshipped me more than anything. They were always completely making sure that everybody who loved and worshiped me the most around the world died and died and died in the worst ways, but just death, so they'd never be there. Whatever death I put in must have started saving certain people. As much death as I put in must have started making sure people didn't ultimately die the way the United States and Dubai wanted. I'm so grateful, though, that the Date Farm family can meet him and know that he is the greatest worshiper and lover of the great dead Bonnie Annika life and death, until he was willing to give up everything and be whatever he has left. Hopefully that shows up at the Island of Gods, or maybe I'll just pick him up and take him to the Island of Gods with me, and we'll live the dream instead of the nightmare. Thank you, Date Farm family, for watching over him. You're the permanent evidence that he disappeared and he didn't come back the same. And the United States is probably sickeningly guilty. Because if it was an alien, it would have all went totally different, and everybody knows. Thank you for watching over him. I hope to take him with me soon. Once again, I'm just grateful that my death paid enough of a price. I was too afraid to look. And one last time, Date Farm family, thank you for your dead family. They're beyond inspiration. Just like you. Thanks.